this is going to be a little conceptual. We're just going to talk about grips. And it's because the main thing that when we talk about grips is they need to be meaningful. Why do you grip? Why are you gripping? What's the path that you're trying to lead to? That's exactly what you guys are doing. When you guys are using your grips to build, the vast majority of the stuff that you're building towards is creating an angle. And that's exactly what we're doing in closed guard. We're building to create some type of angular advantage that's going to give us easier paths of movement to wherever we're trying to go. That's exactly what you do in standing. And Jose spoke about it yesterday in the text. Anything you can do standing, you can do on the ground, yada, yada, yada. So that's really that's why there's so many similarities. It's why we're also using the same type of mechanics on our reverse figure 4 grip. That's a Russian tie to create an advantage. Get off to the side, try to keep our partner there so that we can continue on to attack. Make sense? Conceptually, that's exactly what we're trying to do. The thing that really had my mind going is, and it's something that I'm going to start to work through, is making it more of a system-based approach that our first tier kind of grips is usually just going to be a singular grip, same side grip, cross grip. It's a single grip, and that's where we're starting. Like everything starts typically with one grip. And then what we can do from that takes us in a completely different direction. Our second tier is obviously where our second hand comes in to assist, whether it's an arm drag, whether it's a switch to a Russian, whether it's a 2-on-1 wrist grip. All of this is the second tier of our grip. Like doing something with one singular grip is very difficult. We kind of can add knee pulls and stuff like that, but it's our second tier of grips that really are like accentuating that we're doing something with our grips and are allowing us to kind of move further into our system. Make sense? So like there's a lot of stuff that we can kind of add to that, but as I'm kind of working through kind of making that like a more robust system, I'll kind of like try to work that in. The other thing that we can kind of draw similarities to is our back mount control. And if you guys kind of go back to our back mount control, just go ahead and kind of review this kind of concept too, is that, our primary grips or our direct grips and our indirect grips. So kind of that same similarity kind of like follows our closed guard gripping. I have a direct grip on Jose's hand. I'm pulling it away. He strips that grip, and now he grabs my wrist. Now, for him, this is a direct grip on me, and for me, it's an indirect grip that he's got a hold of me. If I can strip this grip, if I can keep that, like I can still move his hand around. It's an indirect grip. So we can kind of still use some of our back mount verbiage for direct gripping and indirect gripping. And again, this is kind of going to fall into a system where we're talking about like certain things and how it builds up. Make sense? Then you've got the last thing that I'll say is the cross gripping. And I kind of alluded to is that like he's gonna, if he can strip my grip and anytime he can cross grip, now it's freeing him up, and this is super hard. This is his strongest grip from this position, is that he's cross gripping across, and just because, and then the double cross, that like, all right. So if we can use cross gripping in the same kind of guard that we're facing each other, that's what we're gonna wanna do. So the major drawbacks from the difference of back control to closed guard is that my range of motion for my arms is all here. His range of motion is all here. When we're in back control, our range of motion is exactly the same. We're both facing the same way. Both of our ranges of motion are here. So when we're pulling stuff in and controlling stuff, this is so much more advantageous to where we're both facing each other and we have this vast range of motion conceptually. Make sense? So there's going to be a lot of like things that don't quite work the same as they do in back mount. Is that all good so far? All right. You guys are like, it's fine.
No, but you can't get past.
Yeah.
Yeah.